Continuing our Breakfast Around the World series. Today we visit the Philippines and an amazing Spam silog. A silog is essentially a Philippines breakfast consisting of garlic rice. We're gonna make that, you're gonna love it. Eggs, who doesn't like eggs? And some protein. It could be pork, could be chicken, could be steak. Today, we're using Spam because it's fantastic. I love Spam and the varieties of Spam. We'll get to that in a second. The garlic rice, super simple. These things together are just monumental. They really are. Do you remember the Vietnamese steak and eggs we did? Well, this is not like that, but gonna be as good, if not better, maybe. It's definitely simpler. We're gonna start with the rice because that takes just a little bit. So join me down here, won't you? I'm like Mr. Rogers. I put my sweater on and come join me over at the couch. Come join me down. I don't know, did he say that?
Yeah, I totally get that reference.
Sorry. You know who Mr. Rogers was. I almost used the Friendly Giant. Oh, put in the comments if you know who the Friendly Giant is. And I'm not going to expand on that anymore. Here we go. Non-stick pan on sort of a medium-ish heat. I'm going to add about a quarter of a cup of neutral oil. And what neutral oil do we like to use? Avocado. Save the olive oil for fancy stuff. This is about a quarter of a cup of chopped garlic. In it goes. Our goal here is to get this nicely brown, not to burn it. So this is not something that you put in a pan and then walk away to check your email, go pick up the kids, walk the dog, go to the bathroom, any of that stuff.
Choke the chicken.
Choke the chicken, you know, all those things. So we stir it, we keep it going, and just as it starts getting golden brown, out it comes. And then I'll show you what we do. But you get it out of the pan quickly because it will continue to cook. We don't want that. We're moving. Oh, the smell from here. Woo, mama. Boy, is that spectacular. Let's keep your eye on it. We're looking for golden brown.
That's what they should be doing at open houses.
We've said that. We always say that. This would sell a house. Stupid cinnamon stick in a pot of water? No. So this is, you know, a couple minutes start to finish. That's why you can't really go anywhere. And you do want to stir it. Okay, you see where we're at? It's golden brown. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, dump it right here into this little pot with the strainer. That stops the cooking and separates the oil. Look how beautiful that is. Because the oil we're going to use to cook our rice in. Ah.
Garlic oil.
Life is great. All right.
Homemade garlic oil.
Let's get the rice happening.
Right?
Homemade garlic oil, Maxie.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I thought that was obvious. I didn't think I need to verbalize that. Homemade garlic oil. All right, step 2 coming up. Before we start cooking the rice, let me tell you about the rice. Any kind of fried rice situation demands day-old rice. Individual grains, it's not fresh, and fresh rice is sticky, mushy, and that doesn't do well. So day-old rice, preferably out of the fridge. But if you like it cheap, and you don't always have that, these little rice packs, you pop this, you put it in the microwave for 90 seconds, you got beautiful fresh rice. But we're not gonna pop it. We're just gonna take the rice out of these, and that's what I have here. I have 2 packs that I've opened up. It's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 cups or something. This is what we're gonna use now for this. Okay, back down we go. Pan's back on the heat. Here's our garlic oil that we made. I'll put most of it in like that. And just as it starts to heat up a little bit, in will go our rice, like this. Fabulous. So this we're starting to cook. It's not really about browning it so much as getting everything on the bottom and flattening out a little bit and giving it a good stir. Boy, just what the garlic has done to the oil is enough. But in a second, we're gonna add back in some of the garlic itself. Some people like to add butter at this point. How do we feel about butter, boys?
I like it.
Well, then let's add a little butter, shall we? Glorious. Little pinch of salt, don't need a lot. Work that butter in, let it melt. And as it does, let's say hello to the crispy garlic we made, and we'll add most of that. We're gonna keep some for garnish, just a little bit back. Mix it in. All right, you're looking at 1/3 of a silog, the rice components.
What about a lake log?
There's no lake log. And by the way, silog, as Max makes jokes, is S-I-L-O-G. And this rice is called sinagag. S-I-N-A-N-G-A-G. And when this rice is heated through and looking amazing, we can give it a little taste, see how we've done. Game changer. If the only thing you take away from today is this rice, wow, you'll be really happy. I'm gonna take this off the heat and we can address our Spam. Spam. You know what? You love it. Or maybe you don't. There's a pull tab here, but in the old days, we were talking about earlier, there was a key on the bottom, a metal key with a little slot in it. And there's a little tab up here that you'd put in the slot and then turn it. It was a cool thing. They don't do that anymore. So there's only 6 ingredients in Spam. You ready? Pork with ham, salt, water, potato starch, sugar, and sodium nitrite. That's it. It's delicious. If you're a Spam person, if you're not a Spam person, you may have turned off by now, but I do think it's worth trying. But I think it's best when you fry the slices somehow, and we're gonna do that. It just brings out the flavor. Get crispy on the outside, stay soft in the middle. They make 11 different varieties of Spam. I have 6 of them here today. I have this one, the classic, and I have bacon, made with Hormel bacon, because Hormel owns the Spam name and company. Teriyaki, maple flavored, jalapeno, and last but not least for us today, hickory smoke. So boys, it's up to us to decide. Just here, take a look right here. Let the people see what we're dealing with. I got classic on top, and then I got all the other flavors.
I guess bacon or jalapeno I would go with.
I would say bacon or jalapeno.
I was gonna say bacon or teriyaki, so I feel like
Bacon!
it is.
I think we're going with bacon. All right, bacon it is. Well, let's have a look at it, shall we? We bust it open. And look, I'm the first to admit, it ain't the best looking thing in the world at this point, but that's okay, because we're gonna make it look better. Fun part is getting it out, and we have success. Great. Well, we're not cooking it like that. We're gonna cook it like this, in slices.
Wait, hold on. All right, I just needed a second because that was really fun. You were right.
Dick?
You said this is the fun part, taking it out.
Oh, sorry. So I like to even it off. And then, what is that, 1/4 inch, potentially? I'll just make 2. Okay, there you go. They keep the can. The cans are fun to use for all kinds of things. Okay, we've got our Spam cut, but before we cook them, I want to do one thing. I'm going to make little cross hatch marks that will open up a bit when we cook and make it a little more interesting. And on the other side. All right, Spam's cut. Let's cook it. So I like to put a little oil in the pan, and since we still have a little bit of this garlic oil, let's use that. And when the oil's hot, in about 10 seconds, in we go. Come on, sizzle, sizzle. There we go. Nice, nice, that was hot. Okay, this is maybe a couple minutes aside. You want golden brown and beautiful. Or as the great Guy Fieri would say, GBD.
Golden brown, what's D?
You tell me.
Golden brown dickhead? I don't know.
Golden brown dickhead. Golden brown delicious. It looks like we're there, so gently. Oh, damn. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. They look like little slices of foie gras. All right.
Pork belly.
Pork belly. Okay, these guys can go over to the side. And now in this remaining grease and a little butter, we'll cook an egg. And yeah, you could do any kind of egg business you want, but really I think you gotta go sunny side up. You want that beautiful yellow yolk staring at you. Let me just clean this guy up as I go. That's it. Gorgeous Spam. All right, that's gonna take a minute and a half or so to get it where we want it. And then we plate. And this is ready. Let's take it off and plate. And we're there. First in our silog. This is probably 2 or 3 people's worth of Spam silog. Maybe 2. I'll make a place. Now, one of our beautiful pieces of Spam, like this. Look at that. Our egg. And wait for it. Remember this. Some of the extra garlic. And you knew we weren't getting out of here without a little green onion. And that's it. Beautiful Spam silog, ladies and gentlemen. Breakfast around the world never looked better and is about to taste amazing. Well, I think in any yolky situation, you got to bust, right? It's the money shot. So let's do it. And then wait, look at that. Slow-mo. Come on, Mo. What if I move you? That's what we're talking about. Slow as molasses, but way better. And now you've done that, let's get yourself, and by yourself, I mean me, let's get me a bite. You want some of everything here. Oh, the crispiness of the Spam, the soft of the egg yolk, that is a bite. That's a bite for the ages. And I don't know how to say cheers in Tagalog, so I'll just say cheers. The silog, of course. The rice, amazing. But really, the texture of the crispy outside of this, the bacon flavored Spam. When you get some of the soft egg on it, it's dynamite. I love this. Breakfast around the world, one of my favorites. Well, breakfast is my favorite meal. In fact, my last meal would be breakfast. And now if I had to decide between this and the Vietnamese steak and eggs, it'd be tough. Okay, there'll be more. Thanks for hanging out. If you're a subscriber, you could win one of those knives. Just for being a subscriber, we'll put your name on the screen like this. Reach out to us at info@thecookingguy.com. We'll make sure you're you. We'll send you a knife. And if you're not a subscriber, that could be a reason to be one. Or you just want to support the channel, because it does. All right. Thanks, everybody. Go get some Spam and get it cooking. It's that simple. It really is.